Hot 107.1, home of hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. That was Lil Sean Leave. Look, y'all, I got a special guest in the building, okay? Let me tell you. So, he is an entrepreneur. I met him a while ago, but let me tell you, he's in the Wolf Chase Mall, and he's going to get your attention when you walk in, because he got mine, okay? Malik is here with Lost Hearts. How you doing, Malik?
I can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Cool. Look, so I got a couple questions. You ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so my first question for you is, your Instagram says you started with just 20 hoodies in a backpack.
Yeah.
So what inspired that first drop for you?
So honestly, it was really just all the money I had left to my name. When I was in high school, I used to resell shoes, sneakers, and hats. Mm-hmm. And I saved about $800 up. And when it was time for me to start my brand back in 2021, I just decided to go all in. I've always been a risk taker my entire life. So with that $800 I had, I could afford 20 hoodies. Mm. So I just decided to spend all my money on these hoodies, get these hoodies, and then sell them to my friends.
2021, that was right after COVID. So what was that like, starting a business right after COVID?
Honestly, it was interesting, but to say the least, it taught me a lot because like you just had to learn how to adjust because everyone else is, being fearful and not doing the things that they need to do. So it just gave me more leeway to do the things that I needed to do because no one was really willing to do it.
I love that. And how did the name Lost Hearts come about, and what does it represent to you?
Yeah, so honestly, the name Lost Hearts came to me in a dream. When I was 16 years old, I was praying. I wanted to start a brand. I was praying at night, and I asked God, like, what's the name of my brand going to be? And at first, it was going to be Lost Cause, but then I was like, I don't know. Then I went to sleep. And as I'm sleeping, Lost Hearts just come to my mind. And it was like I just shot out of bed and wrote it down. I didn't question it, and I just wrote it down. And that was in 2021. And ever since that moment, I just ran with it.
I love that. And sometimes stuff just comes to you in a dream, or
I agree.
It can be like the craziest ways that we get inspiration,
Yeah.
So I really do love that. And your mission emphasizes getting people back outside and off their phones.
Yes.
So why is that message so important to you in today's digital world?
Yeah, so the full meaning behind Lost Hearts is that our generation is so caught up on our phone that we never take the time to appreciate the things right in front of us, and we call it life. So anything that you guys love to do outside, like camp and hiking, even just going on a nice walk, that's what Lost Hearts is all about. And I really started this and got this because when I was growing up, I was able to play outside all day with my friends growing up, till sun up, till sun down. And as I got older, I realized that the younger generation doesn't even do these things anymore.
Right.
And I wouldn't even be the man I am today if I didn't have those experiences as a child. And I know that there was other people who felt the same way I did, so I was like, why not just create a brand for people who love being outside, who agree that we're always on our phone. I'm on my phone too much, so it's always a reminder to myself, just appreciate the things that are in front of you.
And look, I'm from that generation too. When I was growing up, we always knew what house was popping because all the bikes was in somebody's in front of somebody's
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
how we knew. It was like, oh, that's the spot today. That's where I need to be.
Yes.
So yes, no, that is definitely a lost cause for sure right now. But how did you scale from a small business idea into a brand with over 25K followers on Instagram and a presence at Wolf Chase Mall?
Yeah, so honestly, I would say, one, God, of course, because I wouldn't be here without him. And also just really being consistent. I mean, I feel like a lot of the time we get so caught up in trying to do so many different things. But I've literally been doing the same exact thing for the past 5 years. So many other people came in my ear talking to me about, hey, let's do this. But I just stayed focused on that one thing because I realized we got to just stay focused on that one thing, built that one thing up so big that, all the other things that you want to do are going to come after that. But really also finding people who already did what I wanted to do. So I have mentors. So my mentors have a multi-million-dollar brand called World Envision, and they taught me everything that they know. They've been running their brand for 17 years. So I got 17 years worth of experience and knowledge in a short, compact time, so I could skip all the mistakes and just get to right where I want to be.
And I think that's something that people don't consider when they're starting a business, the importance of mentorship.
Yeah.
So why was that important to you to reach out and get mentors?
Honestly, because I was trying to figure out everything by myself, and I realized that there's so much more to running a business than I know, and I was tired of feeling stuck. And my entire life, I've always been a student, especially when people who I know more than me are in a better position than me. I'm always humble enough to shut up and listen. I feel like that's a lost skill nowadays. No one wants to shut up and listen anymore. But you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Ain't that, look, clock that T.
I
Clock
agree.
that T.
I agree.
So, what has been one of the biggest challenges in growing Lost Hearts, and how did you overcome it?
I'll say honestly, the biggest challenge of growing Lost Hearts is just staying consistent when you hear a lot of noise, and then also like just like there's gonna be days where, like, example, I'm in the mall or when I was selling out of my backpack and you're getting told no all day. I'll tell a quick story. I went Monday through Friday trying to sell my shirts off my bike because my car broke down, and I got told no for 5 days straight. And I was like, dang, do I even want to keep doing this? But I kept showing up. And on that Saturday, I sold like 8 t-shirts. But I went the whole week without selling nothing. I was out all day riding my bike trying to find people to sell my shirts to. But then on that last day, I sold 8 shirts. And that showed me, like, wow, like I could really do this, but you got to keep showing up. Because if I would have stopped on Wednesday, that Saturday would have never have happened.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I want to speak to your consistency too, because like I said, I think what caught my attention from you is when I saw you in the mall. At first, I said no. I did, because when you see people, sometimes you're like, look, I don't have the money right now. I'm here to do something. I'm here to go here, make this return, and I'm trying to leave. But you capture people's attention. I've seen you do it. How, like, what is that? You have like a certain charisma to it that just like captures people's attention. So what is that hustle for you? What is that keeps you motivated and keeps you doing it?
Yeah, honestly, I'm very sold on my product and my business. So like, I learned this from, I read books, a lot of books. So like, you have to be so sold, and like, you got to be crazy. Like, I'm so sold on Lost Hearts. Like, I'm not taking no for an answer. And I learned like just really smiling. Like, I went my entire life not smiling, and then when I realized like smiling brings abundance, smiling would change your life.
Thanks.
Like, when I started smiling, my entire life changed. And when I applied that to my business, like approaching people, smiling, telling them to come here, being, not forceful, but just being stern, like, it's gonna work every time.
Yeah. No facts. That's how you get them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And so, have you doubted the direction of your brand? And if so, what kept you going?
Honestly, no. I had times where it has gotten tough, but I just kept the end picture in mind. Like, at the end of the day, this is really bigger than me. I want to help a lot of people with this brand. I want to open up community centers, gyms, schools, things to help people. So if I quit doing this, I feel like I'm letting a lot of people down.
You're right. Look, because like I said, I'm at the University of Memphis campus, and I see your shirts all the time. So I know there's going to be some disappointed people.
For sure.
If you stop that hustle that you got. So can you walk us through your creative process for any new designs or collections that may be coming?
Yeah, so honestly, I get inspiration from just being outside. Like, that's one of my slogans is like, I'm outside. And a lot of the time people think I'm outside is like doing something like not good, but really when I say I'm outside making my dreams a reality. 'Cause I'm a firm believer you're not gonna make really nothing happen in the house. I've always liked being outside, making things happen. So, like, example, one of my best selling designs is Look Up You're Here. And I got that from I went out to eat in Atlanta, and there was this dinner table with the family, and no one was talking to each other because they were all on their phone. And it just dawned on me, like, look up, you're here. And then it was an aha moment. I was like, that could be a shirt. And I put it on the back of a shirt, and it was a hit.
And that's such a common thing now. Like, when you go out, you'll see families and they're sitting together and everybody's on their phone. Nobody's talking. Nobody's socializing.
Yes.
How was your day? That's not even a conversation we're having no more. So I love that, and it gets lost too. It gets lost on people that you're missing those monumental moments when you don't have that connection. So this wouldn't be Michaela D without the T, without a little bit of T. So what was one of your best customer reactions that you've ever received?
Man, there's so many. And best customer reactions, I would say, when we dropped this beach design, we had this beach t-shirt, and when I brought it out, it was like, I never really seen a reaction like that. Like, people was loving it. It was just pulling up, buying it, especially the jerseys too. Our jerseys do great. People love those jerseys. So that was surprising, because I really didn't think people would buy those jerseys. I was like, I never seen people in Memphis wear jerseys for real. But when I brought them out to the mall and like just got the reaction, the feedback, like, it was great. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep on doing this.
Awesome. Malik, do you have a little bit of time to stay with us? I got a couple more questions for you.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Malik will be right back, but we're gonna get into the music right after this break. That was great.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was so good. Okay, trying to make sure we're off the air. That was so good. Look, you're so calm too. I've had people come up here and they like stuttered and you just relax. You like, I got this.
I agree. I'm a professional.
I see. You know what you're talking about. You ain't new to this. You true to this.
I agree.
So I'm gonna let us go through one song. Make sure you can hear. I'll go in after Take Her Down. So we'll go back in at 10:52. I saw you have done a couple podcasts. So is this your first like radio interview?
Yes, this is my first radio interview. I have got on the radio like before, but it wasn't like an in-person thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like over the phone.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, let's take one out. Let me see. We don't run out of no, I feel it should be good because it'll go into another. It'll go. Yeah, that'll take us into the 11 o'clock hour. So that'll be perfect actually. The next 3. So like I said, after the commercials, it'll be one song, Big Book, Take Her Down, and then we'll go back in to our interviews.
Okay, perfect.
So I'll go ahead and tell you my next couple questions. One is, as a black-owned clothing brand, how do you feel Lost Hearts contribute to representation in fashion entrepreneurship? Another is, what advice would you give other young black entrepreneurs who want to start their own brand?
I like that.
I noticed that you follow or maybe influenced by other. I'm probably going to skip that one because we already talked about mentorship. But do you invest in courses, mentorships, or coaches to keep leveling up? I probably will skip all of this actually because we already talked about mentorship. But where do you see Lost Hearts in the next 5 years? Would you ever consider expanding beyond apparel, maybe into events, beauty programs, or digital products? Your favorite piece you've ever designed? And one thing people misunderstand about running a clothing brand.
Okay, I like that.
That's like 5 questions.
That's perfect.
And then we'll be up out of here.
Okay, I got you.
But I'm really just learning the audio board, so I get real
You're doing
nervous.
great. You're
Thank
doing
you.
great.
I get so nervous when I'm doing interviews though, because I'm like, it's so many I'm like, okay, make sure this is all, make sure this is doing right.
Learning environment. Give your child the MDP advantage. Visit MemphisDeltaPrep.org or call 901-251-1010 to enroll.
Yeah. So how long have you been in the Wolfchase Mall?
It's gonna be about like 2.5 years. Going on 3. Next February will be 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been great. I mean, ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
but just consistent. I had like an aha moment too. Like, there's this, that merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
That's been there since I was a child. I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to bring me to there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's still here. And like, they went through great seasons, slow seasons. So it's like, but they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I know they made a lot of money these 21 years being there. So it's like, if I just stay planning to do the same thing, like, and my kids are able to work in this mall, like, I know it's going to be, great. So I'm just planting like a tree because I realize Wolfchase Mall not going nowhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Definitely not. So are you interested in opening a storefront? Is that a goal for you?
It is. I do like being in the mall, and I do like being in the middle of the mall because I'm able to like pull people, grab people. But the end goal is we're going to have stores all over the world. But I do want to just continue to open up kiosks because I like how flexible they are, how easy, it is to grab people in. Because when you have a store, you're kind of like not as mobile. So, yeah.
Okay. And do you have people, do you have a team that works with you right now?
Yeah, I have a great team.
Okay.
A great team, amazing team. Very thankful for my team. They allow me to, travel and focus on the things that truly move the needle. But it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
It was not always like that.
Yeah.
I went probably like 2-3 years just all by myself doing literally everything. But it showed me like how to do the business. And so when it was time for me to bring people in, there's really no excuse for what I'm looking for, because you can't tell me you can't go a day without making no sales, because I worked in this mall for 7 months straight and made a sale every day. So when you are in here, I expect the same. Yeah.
Look at you. Come on now. Period. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it's definitely funny because the first time I met you, I swear to you, it was like I went on campus the next day, and I was like, this is one of his shirts. This is one of his shirts. Like I was seeing people in it. Like it's funny how you notice things, you know, after. So I can definitely say people are peeping it. And even when I was telling someone that I was doing an interview with you, they were like, oh yeah, I've seen that dude. Like he be in the mall. I'm like, yep, that's the one. That's the one. So you're definitely, whatever you're doing, you're making the right steps. People are noticing your business. I can tell you that for sure.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I love that you talked about the importance of having a team too, because I do feel like we can do everything by ourselves sometimes, you know. And like any opportunity that I've ever gotten, I've gotten it because of the mentorships that I've had, because of the connections that I made. And so I don't think that people realize that we actually really do need people, you know.
Facts.
Especially if you want to elevate in whatever you're doing, whether it's media, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's whatever, you know. You really need people. So.
Yeah, you'll never win a Super Bowl with just the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You need the whole team, right?
The whole team. You need the coach, you need the players, you need the bench, you need everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. I love that for you. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be good. I'm gonna try to edit them and I'm gonna put them on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I'm really trying to build up my social media too, because I do a terrible job. Like I do all the social media for the station, but I don't promote myself like I need to. So I'm like, when I'm doing these interviews, I need to start, like, Kim the Man came up here the other day, and I did not record the interview like I should have. And I'm like, I should have been getting this content, you know?
Yeah, content is so important now.
Yeah.
It's like if you didn't record it, it didn't even happen anymore.
Right. It's today's time for real.
Yeah.
That's facts. So everything, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm intentional with it. Even when I'm here by myself, I'm like, I need to be having on my camera, I need to be on live, I need to, you know?
I agree.
So I bring my stuff in. I have all this stuff that I use that I never use in here. I'm like, I need to start bringing this in. Somebody broke this one, that's why I sit in the corner. But luckily I had that one too.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, we're making it do what it do. Okay, we got 17 seconds.
All right, cool.
Hot 107.1, home of hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. That was Big Boog. Take her down. Look, y'all, I'm still in here with Malik from Lost Hearts. We got a couple more questions, Malik. Are you still with us?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, Malik. Okay, so as a black-owned clothing brand, how do you feel Lost Hearts contributes to the representation in fashion and entrepreneurship?
It's a great question. I would say it contributes because, one, you know, we are, you know, doing the things that is popular now. So, like, we are creating trendy products that the youth, people do like. But also, you know, I'm young. I'm 21. So I feel like a lot of people can relate to me, and I inspire a lot of people because I'm really showing them that it is possible. Like, I was the quote-unquote bad kid in school. I got bad grades. Like, this is really not supposed to be me technically, but now I'm like showing people like it can be you if you apply yourself the right way. You execute on information that you get, and you really chase after your dreams.
And speaking to that too, I feel like when you find your passion, it becomes a different thing. You know, sometimes when you're in school, like we're just kind of floating. We're just we're there. You know, but when you find that passion, that it's like, okay, this is what I love to do. Your whole attitude changes. You know, so I don't think you were a bad kid. You didn't know what your passion was at that time, you know?
I definitely agree.
I used to teach, so I don't play that bad kid stuff.
I agree.
We don't do that. Okay, but what advice would you give to other young black entrepreneurs who want to start their own brand?
Start sales immediately. Learn how to talk. What I like to say, you're going to talk until you die, so you might as well be good at it. And find a product. If you're in high school right now, your customers are all around you, so find some kind of product that's legal and sell it to them. And collect their phone number so you can remarket to them over and over again. And also find someone, whatever you want to do in life, find someone who's doing that at the highest level and pay them to learn from everything that they know. Because one, when you pay attention. We get free information all the time, but it goes out one ear, out the other. But when you spend your savings on it, you're going to listen to every word that come out their mouth, and you're going to see those results because now you have skin in the game. So that's what I would say. If you want to, become a lawyer, you need to find the best lawyer and pay him some money so you can learn how to become the best lawyer just like him, and work for free underneath him so you could learn everything that he's doing, so that when the time is right, you could branch off and do your own thing.
Yeah, once you start spending that money,
it's a little different ball game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely different. So where do you see Lost Hearts in the next 5 years?
So in the next 5 years, Lost Hearts is going to have stores all around the United States. We're going to have over a lot of team members, operating and running the business, and then we're also going to be having our community centers where we're able to throw our events more frequently. We're able to have people come together as a collective and have a great time together, fellowship together. We're going to be working out, having fun, doing great things. So that's really where I see Lost Hearts.
I love that. Look, and that actually taps into my next question. I was going to ask you, would you consider expanding? But you kind of already answered that, and maybe into events, programming, community programming, or digital products. Like, do you see anything besides the community center as well?
Yeah, so, Lost Hearts is going to expand into something, huge. Now, really, the goal is to really just help as many people as possible. And I love fitness, me personally. So, and I noticed that fitness is a huge problem now. So I really want to, use my brand as, an avenue to get people, in shape, get people back together, because, I played football in high school. I played football, track, kung fu. I've done sports my whole life. So, I realized, I built great relationships with my teammates because, we're putting in that work together, and it's just a certain bond that comes with that. And I know that, when we get a whole bunch of people as a collective like that, it's just going to be a great thing.
For sure. And that goes back to what you were saying, too, about getting out of our phones, because I feel like most, especially kids in this generation, they're not doing sports and they're not outside because they're ready to be on TikTok. They're ready to learn this, TikTok dance and all this. They're not socializing. They're literally, their identity is built off their social media presence. So, that human touch aspect is definitely missing, for sure. I agree. So, what is your favorite piece that you have ever designed?
My favorite piece that I ever designed, that's a tough one. I have a lot of favorite pieces. I really like my flare sets that I did. Those are probably one of my favorites. And my jerseys are definitely one of my favorites. That black and white jersey is probably my favorite. Because it's just, I love black and white. You can wear it with everything.
Thanks.
And, it's a great product. A lot of people love it. And, when I put it on losthearts.com, it went crazy. So I agree.
No, the jersey is fire. I saw it the other day. I was looking. I was like, oh, that's fire. That's fire. I'm like, I might have to cop that one. And what is one thing people may misunderstand about running a clothing brand?
That's going to happen overnight, and it's an easy process. Building a brand is very, very hard. Just transparently, it is hard. But, if you just dedicate to it and just stay consistent, you can do it. But, I would say, there's a lot of different other things that you can do, and I wouldn't really get too caught up in what's cute. I would get caught up in what is essential, what is needed. Now what I know now, it's let's not focus on the sexy money. Let's focus on how can we, sell concrete? How can we sell nails, lights, stuff like that, because that's the stuff that is essential.
Right, but you want that long money, not that fast money.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
I completely understand. Well, Malik, how can people find Lost Hearts? Are you online or social media? How can we view your clothing brand?
Yes, absolutely. So my website is losthearts.com. All my social medias are Lost Hearts. My Instagram's Lost Hearts CO, and that's where people can stay in touch with me at.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to add? I appreciate you for having me. Great time. And I just want to let anyone know who's watching this, you can do anything you want to do if you apply pressure and you make it happen. And that's period. Y'all go visit Malik. He is in the Wolfchase Mall. You'll see him. I promise you he'll catch your attention, because this Lost Heart clothing brand is where you need to be. Okay, but right after this break, we got some more music for y'all on Hot 107.1. We're good. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you. That was fun. I agree.